Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for popping by. And yes, I am very excited to share today's video. I feel that it may just be the most important video you have ever watched in your life. So yeah, here it is. We're going to talk about how our emotions guide us through the reality and what they are really telling us. So all emotions can be broken down into two categories. We have the loving emotions and the fearful emotions. As we all know, loving emotions are things like happiness, excitement, relaxation, peace, really anything that feels good. And then the fearful emotions, we also all know. These are things like sadness, anger, resentment, frustration, stress, etc. And these do not feel so good. Yet they both have very important roles to play, and they are both helping us by showing us popping up at different times. And so here we're going to get down to it, and I'll explain it in a simple way as I can. So these loving emotions, the feel-good emotions, these ones let us know when we are on the right track. They let us know what is true for us. Whereas the fearful emotions, they let us know when something is untrue for us, or if we're believing in something that is not true. And so it gives us the opportunity to go within and ask ourselves, why am I believing what I'm believing here? Because if it doesn't feel good, it's not true. And why is this? It's because what feels good, what is love, resonates with you. What feels bad, which is fear, does not resonate. Why is this? You are love. You are pure, unconditional love, incarnate in human form. And fear is, well, it is a very, very low expression of love, but if love did have an opposite, it would be fear. And why is this? Is that because the fearful emotions are a much lower frequency. The loving emotions are a much higher frequency. So you may hear people talking about raise your vibration, things like that. Well, you already are a very, 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 very high vibration. But if you have fearful beliefs, these lead to fearful thoughts, which lead to fearful emotions, which lead to fearful feelings. And when you have that fear, it lowers your combined vibration down. The true you inside, the divine essence of you, always has a super high vibration no matter what. But imagine it's like a light, and then you put different patterns around the light, and each one of these patterns dims the light. That's what we're doing with fear, is that we're lowering this light output, we could say. And so that lowers the vibration because there's not as much energy there. And why is that? Is because fear is always an energy drain. Fear is always drains us. Whenever we feel fear, we are losing energy in that moment. And whenever we are feeling a loving emotion, we are either maintaining or receiving energy. So, and that's a whole a topic for a different thing. But today I really want to talk about this because I notice there's so much stuff out there, so many people wanting to give you their opinion, and myself included, obviously, because I'm here. But for me, it's more about empowering you. I don't need validation. I don't need anyone to believe what I'm saying. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm just sharing my perspective, which has completely changed my life for the better. And so I just feel intuitively guided to share this. And so that's why I am sharing it, because I know there are other aspects of myself, which, we are all aspects of the same source, so we are all one. So there are other aspects that are in a place where I once was. And of course, I want to be helping humanity as much as possible. But again, you don't have to believe it. I'm not trying to convince you of anything here. I'm just sharing what has been helpful for me. And the reason I'm doing this, again, is because I've noticed so much, things that do not resonate out there. So even though I've been on this awakened path for many years now, I still receive information and see stuff that is very dissonant, that doesn't resonate, that is fear-based. Yet, if we believe in others over ourselves, it is very easy to stay entangled and trapped in this kind of fear, illusion, this kind of fear spectrum. We could also call it the third dimension and the fourth dimension to an extent. There's still fear there. But why I am sharing this with you today is that I want to empower you to know what is your truth, to know what is true for you and what is untrue for you. Doesn't matter about me, doesn't matter about, your friend, your family, your boss, whoever. I want to empower you to know what is true for you. And how do you do that? So number one, feel it. So for me, I used to be very mind-orientated, very in my head. So it's taken me a lot of practice to bring my awareness down into my heart. But once my awareness is in my heart, it is super easy to feel what resonates and what is dissonant. So it's super easy to feel if it feels good or loving. Or we could say that also feels expansive, which is just another word for saying freeing. It feels freeing. And on the other side, we know what is untrue because it feels bad, but bad feelings are good feelings because they let us know it is untrue. And how does this feel in the body? It feels constricting. It feels tightening, tension, kind of closing in, the opposite of freedom. So with this, you can test any scenario in your life, anything anyone says. You can go into your heart and ask how it feels. And you don't even have to ask your heart. You can just feel there how it feels. Does it feel good or does it not feel so good? And this you can do for anything. An example that's just coming to my mind that I used to have a lot of trouble with was this concept of loneliness. I used to feel very lonely. Even if I was around other people, I would feel very lonely. And when you think about this concept of loneliness, how does it feel? It feels bad. It just doesn't feel good. And why is that? Well, it's actually untrue, because every single human being has an enormous amount of support from the non-physical. These are spirit guides. These are so many guides and helpers and friends in the non-physical realms that are always with us, always available to us. We're literally never alone. And not only that, we are connected to literally everything in the reality. And as I mentioned earlier in this video, we are all one. We are all connected. So when we see the truth for what it is, we realize, oh, that's why loneliness felt so bad, is because it just wasn't true. But this again is for you to determine your truth, because whatever someone believes is their truth. So on the other side, if someone believes that they are lonely, that is their truth, and they feel that deep sadness, they feel that anger that they don't have any close connections. Even though they're connected to everyone and everything, they just aren't at that perspective yet. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone is on the perfect path for them. It's a journey, and we just gotta be kind to ourselves as we go along, because there's basically, on this earth journey, we're already who we want to be inside. And it's letting go of all this fear to come back to this true divine essence that we are. And all this fear is not even real. It's just an illusion. But when we believe it's real, it is real for us. The experience is real. So to have compassion for ourselves and to have compassion for others going through this, because it is not fun to live in fear, as I know very well, as living my whole life in so much fear. So again, this is why I share this with you, because when we realize, wait a minute, it doesn't feel good, that lets us know we're believing in something that isn't even true. And what is fear? Well, it's a story created in the mind. Often it's used as a manipulation to control, and quite frankly, it's just a lie. Fear is a lie. And so when something doesn't feel good, of course, we always want to feel it out. Whenever we feel an emotion that doesn't feel good, we want to just relax and just let that emotion move through us. We want to feel it out in full. Because once we feel it out in full, that emotion will have left us, and we will be much clearer minded. If we try to do this process while suppressing the emotion, it's going to be confusing, and then that emotion is going to have to come up sooner or later sometime, and we may attract a similar situation to bring it up again, and all that stuff. So it's just much easier to feel the emotion in the moment it arises. So when we feel this not so good feeling emotion, whatever it is, we just sit there with it. We let it go. Something that really helps me is just to surrender to the moment, just surrender to the feeling, and just let it move through me. And then after that, you can ask yourself, why did I feel that way? What belief is this fearful idea coming from? And sometimes, like I just mentioned, like for me, I suppressed emotions my whole life. So over the last few years, I've had so many situations where intellectually I'm over it, but I had to experience it emotionally to move that emotion out of my system and to feel it out in full. So this can happen. So and it's very good. It's something to celebrate, to be happy for, to just let that go, because oh my gosh, you feel so much lighter after. Your frequency rises, and the more of this fear we let go of, the more our frequency rises to our natural core essence. And the more our frequency rises, the more joyful our life is, the more peaceful, the more abundant, the more healthy, wealthy, vitality, basically everything a human being wants and desires is love, because love is the key to, well, it's not to say a raising of your vibration, but coming back to your true core vibration. And how do we let that love in, and how do we let that love radiate out of us more, is by removing this fear. And so how can we tell that we have fear? When we feel emotion we don't want to feel. And it's so interesting because I find so many things in my life that I used to avoid and stuff. It was always not the thing. I was avoiding a feeling. I didn't want to feel that negative feeling. And why do we work so hard not to feel these negative feelings? Well, it's a program, I feel, in the human collective consciousness. But also, I guess subconsciously, perhaps we know that we're believing in a lie, and it's not true for us. And it's also letting us know that there's a better way, because when we shift our perspective to something that is more loving, and this can be for literally any belief, so any fearful belief, we can let it go and replace it with the truth that is more loving, and that I'll leave up to you. This video, I just wanted to show you how to know what is in alignment, or what is feeling good, and what is true for you. So that's in alignment, that's feeling good, that's the loving emotions, that's freeing, expansive. And then what is untrue for you? So where are you believing in something that is not really true? And how do you know that? Is because it feels bad, it feels constricting, tense, just feels awful, basically. And so a lot of these things that we're running away from, a lot of these things we don't want to face, is simply an emotion that we maybe have been suppressing. Perhaps something happened in our childhood where we felt this. Maybe it's amplified because of things in our past life. Whatever it is, we can let it go. And I am personal proof to this, because I have let go of so much, and I continue to. It's an ongoing process. But this was just a little video that I wanted to share today to also make you more aware of what information is out there and how you can use it to your advantage by allowing it to show you what beliefs you have inside. Because everything we experience is a reflection of what is within us. So everything that we put our attention on in our entire reality is helping us understand more about ourselves. And the more we find ourselves putting attention on things that don't feel good, we realize that exists within us, and we can let that go. And once we let that go and replace it, then we will notice more and more things that feel good that we experience in our outer reality. And that's not me just saying this. I experience this. I have noticed the most phenomenal difference in my outer reality. The more fear I let go of, my outer reality just gets more and more peaceful, more and more abundant, more and more joyful, more and more exciting, because I don't have fear anymore, because I trust the reality. I trust in everyone. And how can I trust everything? It's because I know that the vibration creates the reality, and my vibration is what I attract. So yeah, just keep this in mind if you're something pops in your email, or you see something on social media that just doesn't sit well with you. Maybe it's even someone, attempting to share something that they think will be beneficial to you. And that's what really prompted this, because I noticed so many people sharing things that they think they believe are beneficial, and if they believe it, that is their truth. But from a higher consciousness perspective, I could see that it didn't resonate with me, so it's not my truth. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not any better than anyone else, and no one else is better than I am. We are all equal. It's just an observation I had, and I wanted to share that to assist you on your journey and to make it as simple as possible, so that you see something, you feel how it feels. Again, the easiest way is coming into your heart, feeling that. And it's also a great reminder to come back into your heart, which is, I could make many videos on that as well. And that's because we can feel in our heart, and we can feel what is the truth for us or not. And it doesn't matter if someone else is believing something else. That's perfect for them. We're all equals. They are on their journey. They're doing what they're doing, and everyone is our helper. So we really want people to be at all levels on the ascension path. And it doesn't matter where you are on your path, on your journey. We're still all equal. I see myself as equal to a street person. We're both divine source light, and we're just having a different journey. And from learning about my past lives, I've had a lot of different journeys too. So we all go through different things to assist each other in this whole grand play that we call Earth. So I will leave it at that. And in other news, I have released my second book now. So I have put out 2 books, and they're both channeled messages, and they're called Channeling for Ascension. And I'll leave the link in the description box below. I'm also doing a daily channeled messages podcast of galactic beings and collectives that every day share insights, encouragement, information. I can't even describe how much I have learned since I've started doing the daily channeled messages. It has helped me so much, and so I know it can help all who are drawn to it. And lastly, I'm also offering one-on-one spiritual consultation services where we can do so many different things. Energy healing. I can give you a reading of some sort, something that you're interested in, past lives, or your life force through time. There's so many things that we could talk about. So if you're interested in that, I'll also leave a description, and you can see on my website what we can include. So it's wide open. Whatever you are interested in, I just want to make myself available to assist you on your journey. So with that, I will let you go. Thank you so much for popping by, and much love on your journey today. Thanks. Bye-bye.